Hi. So Olga sent me your questions. Now it was done totally anonymously, so I don't know who the questions belong to. Well, I do now that she told me. So I'm going to answer question number one first, which, as it turned out, was asked by Valentina. So congratulations, Valentina. I know you got my book as the prize. So Valentina asked me a question about how whether my switch to lexical approach was a gradual change or if it happened relatively quickly. So I remember sort of my journey to the lexical approach started with using Hugh Deller's book, and I believe most of you know Hugh Deller, he's quite popular, you know, practically a household name in Russia. So I was using Hugh Deller's book, Innovations, which seemed a bit strange. Most teachers at the British Council Teaching Centre weren't comfortable using it because it didn't have sort of this traditional progression from present simple in Unit 1 and present continuous in Unit 2. I remember intermediate level book, Unit 3, it was past simple versus present perfect continuous and things like that. And of course there was much stronger emphasis on chunks of language and on collocations than in other course books of the time. So sort of my the way I discovered the lexical approach was through the practical side of it first, through Hugh Deller's book, and only a bit sort of later did I read the book, The Lexical Approach by Michael Lewis. I remember reading it, it was my bedside reading. I was reading it in bed and I was going like, wow, I've been doing it all wrong. And it was really eye-opening. I mean, of course, if you read it now, almost 30 years since it was published, it may have lost its punch. But back in the day, I remember it's made very sort of powerful impact on the way I see language and the way I teach. And the next question I would like to answer, that I picked to answer, is kind of related to this first one. Again, I didn't know who this question was. It was question number 8 that Olga has just Olga just revealed it was Ekaterina Stukun from St. Petersburg. So she asked me the question basically how can we shift teachers' attention from grammar to vocabulary? Because when some teachers work with lexical books, they might say that there isn't enough grammar in them, so they have to supplement by giving learners photocopiable activities from other grammar books. I mean, it's fine because there aren't really purely lexical books out there on the market, I think. I mean, the one that I mentioned, Innovations by Hugh Deller, I don't think it was a runaway success because it was kind of unorthodox, I guess. And Hugh Deller's second course book series, Outcomes, I believe there's more of compromise. I hope Hugh Deller's not listening to this because he might not like what I'm saying, but there's a bit of compromise between the lexical approach and the demands or the needs or maybe even the expectations of the market. So they've kind of combined sort of traditional grammar with the lexical approach. But if your learners still feel, if your students still feel that they're not getting enough grammar, you could always give them pages from Raymond Murphy's famous grammar book. That's what I do. I mean, I know that it doesn't mean that they will start producing this grammar correctly, because actually research shows that there's no really connection between the knowledge of grammar and accurate production, accurate use of grammar in speaking. So if it makes them happy, if it makes them feel that they're sort of in control, so fine, by all means give them more grammar practice to do at home. That's what I do. I hope I've answered your questions, and maybe we'll be back in a couple of days and I'll pick 2 more questions to answer from the list Olga sent me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.